I've always wanted to have kids. It's a really important goal for me, to see myself reflected in my child. I want to pass on my genes just like everybody else. My brother, who still won't talk to me, says that trans people are evolutionarily invalid.
I think we're gonna make great dads.
Hi, this is Vic Leos. I'm just calling about a referral my doctor sent last month, and I left a message last week and to make an appointment, but I haven't heard anything.
That's strange. Let me look up your name again, Vic.
Vic Leos.
Okay, I have your file here. Vic Leos and partner Samuel Blatt. There was a mistake in your file and it was sent back to your referring doctor for clarification.
A mistake with the file. My doctor hasn't said anything.
Let me just check if I can figure this out. Okay, it says you are scheduled to talk about pregnancy and we have no information on your surrogate.
We don't have a surrogate.
Well, are you freezing your sperm while you find your surrogate? All of this needs to be indicated on the referral form to avoid delays. I clearly couldn't understand what was going on.
No, I'm getting pregnant.
Oh. Well, then the mistake is that it says you're male. Vic Leos male. Hello?
Yes.
It has you listed as male, which is why I got sent back to your doctor. Hello?
A lot of assumptions were made. Male does not mean male biology. I am a man, and I will be giving birth. I'll be right back. Excuse me, where's the washroom?
It's straight down that way. Thank you.
Can you tell me where the men's washroom is, please?
The men's washroom? It's past the waiting room and to the right.
Thanks. And then, more assumptions were made. Thank you. Are you married, single, or gay? I really don't know how to answer that question. Male history and information. Is ejaculation painful? Nope. Is the semen a color other than white? Oh, semen. When you had erections with sexual stimulation, how often were your erections hard enough for penetration?
Clearly no one updated these since the 80s.
Samuel, Victoria.
It's Vic.
Oh yes, it does say that. The blood work is in and it shows that you're ovulating. So you should have sex tonight, sex tomorrow, sex the day after. Come back and see us and hopefully we'll have a proud mama.
Based on their website, I feel like I didn't have high expectations. You know, there was a million pictures of heterosexual couples and happy babies and stuff like that. And then like in small print, single women and, you know, same-sex couples.
Yeah, and the head nurse, she was so nice. She was so friendly, but she couldn't get it. She just could not get my gender no matter how many times I spoke to her about it. And I can remember her saying, you know, this cycle isn't that good. If it were my daughter, you know, I'd say, don't do that cycle. Or, you know, you're gonna be a mom, that's fantastic. Like, she just didn't get it.
We didn't feel comfortable being at a clinic where we didn't fit into their little boxes. But we needed them. We really wanted a baby. So we did a lot of nodding and smiling, and then
I'm on the doctor's table getting a hysterosalpingogram.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting at your cervix. Hang on, relax a bit. Hey, did you hear about that trans guy in the States that got pregnant? mean, it's not the kind of publicity you want, do you? But might be the kind of visibility that would advance your cause. Hey, Victoria, relax a bit. I can't...
Vic, it's Vic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Vic. You're the first transsexual that's coming to use our services.
I thought it would be more progressive, that they would accommodate us. They even had flyers on transparenting in the waiting room.
You know, I could have been more vocal about them getting my gender right, getting my name right. I could have been a lot more vocal about a lot of things, but I needed them. And at the end of the day, every single day, they're sticking a needle in my vein and they're probing me for transvaginal ultrasounds. I think I was as outspoken as I could have been without making it much more difficult for myself.
It made my heart really feel for your characters.
I understand that some conception scenarios might be different for some staff at fertility clinics, but it is actually astounding to me how insensitive, how vast the lack of knowledge is. The paperwork across the board is inappropriate. Mother, father is everywhere.
We definitely had forms that we filled out that were very specific to a type of situation that wasn't ours. So a lot of it was male-female oriented, mother to be, and you know, we get that to this day, even in the school system or anywhere, where everything is very gender oriented. So being more sensitive to that, and I don't know whether that means a different form for everybody, or a special form when you know that people are coming in with a different kind of situation that just isn't that specific. But it's something for fertility clinics to think about, of what that means when someone goes and sits down and that's the first experience that they have with your business of, do they really get me? So trying to make sure that people in that situation feel that they are understood and welcomed.
This video kind of hit home a little bit in the way the other videos didn't. I feel all the time in my own heart. I'm aware of when I walk into situations where my transness may make the interaction more difficult, and whether or how much I might modify my appearance or present differently to make things easier for me in those situations.
It seems like there's a theme where if, as a queer person, as a trans dude, you cannot be who you are as a couple using a surrogate or as a couple using a known donor, if you present your queerness, if you present your transness, then you no longer have access to being a parent. It's really so sad because our families are so beautiful and multidimensional and almost limitless in the construction.
These are situations that when I go into them, I really hope the person I am interacting with has some knowledge or has some experience or has some open-mindedness, if nothing else.
It's not okay to not know. It's not okay to treat a trans man in your clinic that way, because I don't buy it that you don't get it. I don't buy it that you don't understand that it's not okay to say you're the first transsexual that I've dealt with. The language is inappropriate. It's inappropriate to talk to someone while you're giving them an exam.
I think that's something that maybe fertility clinics need to look into in educating their staff around the queer community in terms of dealing with different types of the LGBT, whether it's, lesbian, butch, transgender, gay couples, in terms of having a baby.
The clinic wants to be able to help people, help trans people. They need to remove the binary from their computer systems and from their forms and from their heads. And I think often I think often allies of trans people or people who want to be allies think they they understand in their own head, oh, trans people, that's fine, they can do what they want to do, or it doesn't hurt me, or everyone should want to be who they want to be, which is all great. But this also requires taking action and changes in language, and changes in language that reflect changes in thought.
I want to be treated like the next person, equal, not being pathologized or looked down upon. I want to be in a place that recognizes me as human, not like something is wrong with me.
Make it more geographically accessible.
Financial accessibility. OHIP should be covering assisted reproduction.
Don't assume I'm infertile.
Don't assume I have a wife.
Don't assume I have a husband.
Please just don't make any assumptions.
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 Let us tell you who we consider part of our family.
Be honest about what you don't know.
Ask us questions in a respectful manner.
And listen to our answers.
Learn about how queer families have children. How about some gender-neutral washrooms?
Address systemic barriers.
This is one of the most important moments in our lives.
Celebrate with us.
Celebrate with us.
Celebrate with us.